Before this video begins, we'd like to notify our viewers that 65.1% of you are not subscribed who are watching these videos. Please don't be shy to subscribe, as we will keep you updated with all the latest football content. Enjoy the video. Manchester United has become a club trained to expect the worst. In its win over Manchester City on Sunday, it was at its best yet again. And that was potentially because of one man, Bruno Fernandes. Hey guys, we talk football here, and today we look at the effect that Bruno Fernandes has had on this Manchester United team. Manchester, England for a while on Derby Day. Old Trafford was a quiet, apprehensive sort of place. On the field, Manchester City drew its pretty disorienting patterns. In the stands, Manchester United fans watched in reluctant silence, fretting and murmuring and worrying about the worst to come. All of the noise came from the other corner, where the City fans were cheering all day, all night. The lyrics of their songs boomed around the stadium, the ones of the crowded over the past triumphs, the ones that reminded United of the way power has switched, not just in Manchester, but in English football as well. With a good reason, Manchester United, over the last 7 years or so, has become a club trained to expect the worst. Not just against City, this is a team that has had to watch Liverpool run away with the Premier League this season, a team of course to miss out on Champions League for the third time in 5 years if they don't win the Europa League, and a team that has been beaten at home by Crystal Palace, Burnley, among others in recent months. But against City, the worst has arrived with this startling regularity. For decades, this was a rivalry of geography rather than history. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Leeds United were United's genuine foes and peers. City was just a local foe, an occasional pest to be treated with something between pity and disdain. The last decade has changed all that. Nowhere has City's transformation into English soccer's foremost force been seen so evident at Old Trafford. But after getting dominated for many years by this new Pep Guardiola side, a man came in by the name of Bruno Fernandes, and Derby Day was changed. When the signing of Bruno Fernandes was announced, obviously United fans were excited, and they were right to be. A promising Portuguese talent coming in from a foreign league to try to help up a midfield that had been struggling with a Paul Pogba-less midfield, not knowing the genius they were about to get and the run that they would go on with this man. They've had luck in the past with Portuguese players like Nani, Ronaldo. Obviously they're greats, but Fernandes though is different, something rare still. His United career is still in its infancy, of course. He may yet burn brightly, but briefly. He passes neatly and crisply. He plays on the half turn, always what Johan Cruyff used to describe as facing the right way. He demands the ball and the responsibility for it. United's first goal was evidence of it, a free kick that he scooped deftly into Martial's path, who squirmed under Ederson. He's a risk taker, said Ole Gunnar Solskjær. The team's manager said, he had courage and he is brave enough to make mistakes. He has the X factor, and I think that's what United have been lacking for so many seasons. They tried to get it out of Paul Pogba, and he has shown glimmers of it, but Bruno Fernandes is just a different case. A player who does not expect the worst. Perhaps even more important though, is what Solskjær called the connection between Fernandes and Old Trafford, between player and fans. It is why the whole stadium knew what Martial should have done in that moment before the goal, where there are 76,000 people screaming Fernandes' name. In Fernandes, Old Trafford has a player it wants to see on the ball. It wants to see what he can do. They have seen enough of him, but crucially, not too much of him, to think he can do anything. His presence also means they do not have to expect the worst, not anymore. They're uplifting times for Manchester United, especially with the summer signings, and Paul Pogba actually recently saying that he may extend his future with Manchester United after seeing what Bruno Fernandes has brought to this club. It's all looking up. But let us know in the comments down below. Do you think it's just overhyped for the first few games? Or is Bruno Fernandes really the X factor that United have been lacking? Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys next time.